Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the August 30th, 2019 new supermoon in Virgo. Now, and how it pertains and applies to all 12 zodiac signs. In this segment, I'm going to be talking about how it may specifically affect Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. In part one, which is this one, of course, and it does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Part two, I'm going to talk about how it can apply and pertain specifically to Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And yes, that does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, ascendant as well. Now, as far as Aries goes, the sixth house is what's going to be emphasized and highlighted at this time for Aries. So on this super moon in Virgo for Aries, I see this as something where it could be a great time with a really abundance and surfeit of energy, more so than a regular new moon. I would say it's more amplified, this energy. Time to compartmentalize one's daily routine, things in one's daily routine. It could be a great time for just really getting things really in order in that daily routine. It could be one where one may embark or start on some health regime, something that's very where it's done with a lot of that Virgo scrupulous energy, a lot of precision, a lot of punctuality. And it could be a time to, when I look at this for Aries, this could be a time to, when you're talking about the supermoon in Virgo and in that the sixth house being emphasized and highlighted, it could be a time too where you might start some kind of Virgo employment, and it could be more sustained than just a regular new moon, because this is a supermoon. It could be something that is connected with something Virgo related, such as something with diet, health, or fitness, or being a nutritionist, starting maybe work as a professional organizer. It could be a time you might start doing something with data entry, computer program, anything that requires acute attention to detail. Sometimes it could be the start of something Virgo that's health related. It could be, in some cases, like a new condition, maybe it could be something with the digestive system, some kind of food intolerance. Nothing, generally, I wouldn't see it as serious as something that would be like on a solar or lunar eclipse, but it could be a little bit stronger than just a general indigestion problem or a general Virgo related issue. It just Virgo related issue, because you're talking about Virgo and the sixth house being emphasized and highlighted. Now, as far as Taurus goes, for Taurus, this could be a time where Taurus might decide to start something like a new Virgo love or romantic situation, interlude. It could be with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo traits, which really makes this great as well for Taurus, is because Venus is in this mix. Venus will be in Virgo as well and be part of that stellium that's going to include, of course, the sun and the moon in Virgo at this time. It could be something where it could be, again, be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies those traits, but one where Taurus might be very discriminating in the love department. And just be careful, Taurus, that you don't expect like this infallibility in love, because that's what Virgo energy can be about. It could also be the start of doing something, some new intellectual, analytical thing connected with fun, amusement, and enjoyment, such as doing something with maybe projecting stats for sports players, such as fantasy football. This would be an opportune time for that, and it can be something very sustained for Taurus, something that Taurus may not have done before, since we are talking about supermoon energy. And it also could be, in some cases, maybe rekindling a connection with a Virgo child. It could be with a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies those traits at this time. And remember, you're going to have Mars in this mix, so obviously these things can be done with a lot more courage and even added energy for Taurus. And it could be Anyway, it could even be the beginning of maybe an investment that could be Virgo. Like it could be something that's tied in, really tied into something Virgo related, such as something with health or diet or nutrition, some kind of stock that might be connected with that, and something connected. I mean, anything, as I stated before, anything that could be associated with the zodiac sign Virgo. Now, anyway, well, next sign, as far as Gemini goes, well, Gemini this could be a beginning period, maybe for Gemini extrapolating where he or she wants to be at that latter or end part of life. It could be the introduction of a new Virgo family member. It could be really shining that light, so to speak, on really Gemini maybe some qualities you have at the core Gemini that could be Virgo related, such as being very scrupulous and very meticulous with details, being more organized than maybe you were originally cognizant of, being very good with details, being very systematic and methodical, and also being very helpful in service related, more industrious than maybe you gave yourself credit for. And it could be a new connection with a Virgo that you may feel very close to home with. Again, could be a Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. So those are some ways that this could manifest. Could also be a time where you just start maybe the beginning process of working very methodically, very systematically on some home related project. It could be some kind of renovation going on at this time that you might find yourself getting involved in. And anyway, well, as far as Cancer goes, well, for Cancer, well, this could be a time for Cancer where this could be, you're talking about the third house being emphasized and highlighted. It could be the beginning where Cancer just simply begins to merely do some diagnostic work on a vehicle, maybe something that has been put off for some time, and it could really shine the light, so to speak, on maybe some stronger ability that is associated with mechanical skill, mechanical ability at this time than perhaps Cancer may have realized. It could, the zodiac sign Cancer may have been cognizant of. It could also be a time too where it could be the start of some very analytical communication at this time, something where you're doing perhaps a lot of editing, a lot of proofreading, conversations where maybe it could be to where at this time where you're communicating. It could also be something too where you're beginning to analyze the things more in association, in conjunction with siblings, with cousins, with neighbors, and starting something that may be service oriented for one or more of those people. And it could be something that could be for a very protracted period. I mean, when you're talking about just a regular new moon in astrology, that's something often which I see it as something that may not always be as sustained as a supermoon, or something that would happen during the time of a lunar or a solar eclipse. So those are some ways that this could really be where this could manifest at this time. Now, as far as Leo goes, well, for Leo, well, you're talking about the second house being emphasized and highlighted. It could be a time for Leo where, well, it could be the start where Leo might embark on some kind of Virgo type money-making endeavor. It could be done where it could be something with data entry, computer programming, some systems analyst, something associated with diet, with health, with fitness, working as a physician, something where work as a professional organizer, editing, proofreading. It could be a time too where you might start to buckle down and start some kind of something that's connected, I guess you could say, like with a budget, which might be a little bit more frugal than maybe you're typically accustomed to, and also about the start of incorporating health and fitness into your values at this time as well, Leo. Those are some ways that this could pan out for Leo. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, those are some ways that could manifest and pan out for Leo at this time, and it could really be about at this time as well. You're talking about uh, all this Virgo energy. You're talking about 5 planets that are going to be in Virgo at this time. And again, for Leo, it could be about time where you might be downsizing things in connection with your finances, and really about it could be a time too where where you want to start to really analyze where you are in terms of your self-worth and self-esteem, and why is it, if it happens to be lower than where you'd like it, you might be trying to really decipher as far as what this reasoning is behind this at this time, and also being able to organize. Virgo could be very strong organizing energy. You have Mars in this mix, which could give an added abundance of energy, and Virgo and Venus in Virgo giving more enjoyment in this, doing some organization as far as your possessions go, compartmentalizing your resources and things of a monetary nature, getting those things done with some kind of order or some kind of system at this time. Now, last but not least, as far as talking about as far as Virgo goes, well, Virgo can be very strongly impacted by this, and especially if this actually makes a conjunction to Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant at this time. This could be a time for Virgo where it could really be a time where it could be really a start of doing something for, really some health regime for the physical body, something where Virgo might start to work out vigorously, doing so in a very systematic, methodical manner, doing so which is something that's going to require a lot of punctuality, a lot of diligence, and a lot of reliability. And I mean, given that this is a supermoon in contrast to a new moon, it could be something that one thing could be is that this could last for a very prolonged period, more so than perhaps a regular new moon. But this could also be something for or Virgo too, where it's something that you might have procrastinated on for a very long period, and it's time that maybe you decided, well, you know what, I'm going to do something about this. This could also, as far as your health goes, and it could also be, in some cases, the start of something new that's connected with the physical body associated with Virgo, such as something with the spleen or something with the digestive system. And may mean nothing necessarily life-altering or threatening. This is not, lunar or solar eclipse, but it could something that might be somewhat serious, or might require a little more attention than just a general digestion system, such as just having gas or some upset stomach that might be bothering you. It could be something maybe a little bit more serious, like an irritable bowel syndrome, or something that could be that might start at this time. Could also be the start of something Virgo related in general. This is happening, of course, the first house is the house of new beginnings, and it could be something, again, Virgo related, such as working out vigorously, such as something data entry, computer programming, something detail oriented. It could be detailing vehicles, it could be diagnostic work in general, analyzing things, something where you begin to do more problem solving than usual. It could be a time too, when you look at this as well, it could be something with editing or proofreading, something where you're doing a certain correcting, where you're actually, or maybe you're being some kind of critique or critic on some subject or some kind of matter, such as like a movie critic or what have you. So, and also too, this could be the rekindling in some cases of a connection that from early childhood. That could be a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or it could be a grandmother in some cases, and it could be a time too where you begin to really look at yourself and really looking at maybe your outlook and going through a lot of analysis as far as that goes, and also about making that first impression on others and being more meticulous in regards to your appearance and more scrupulous, even more neater if that's possible with Virgo. And doing things where you appear at least to be more in better physical shape, more so than usual. So if you have looked somewhat disheveled in your appearance, Virgo, especially if this is actually the first house in one's natal chart, this could be a time where you might begin that process of really being even neater as far as more meticulous in how you dress, more so than usual at this time. So those are some ways that this may pan out. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. For my take on this August 30th, 2019 supermoon in Virgo for the signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be giving you my take on how this August supermoon in Virgo might impact the zodiac signs Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.